Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Happy Zazzling. I wanted to start a new section to my videos where I'm interviewing the artists and creators, and so you guys get to know who they are and get to see their art and hear the story behind it. So today we have Hui SIm, and we're going to just have a little casual chat about her shop today and how she got there and how she started doing print on demand and everything. So hi Hui, thank you for doing this.
Hello, Lisa. Nice to see you again.
I really appreciate you coming on, and
No problem.
yeah. So you have four Zazzle shops, and I was just wondering how you got into this. How did you get into print on demand? Do you have like a graphic design background or anything? Or
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do have a background in graphic design. Uh, like most things I do in the creative space, I'm largely self-taught. Although I did go to graphic design school for the paper,
oh,
but I
cool,
find that hands-on experience is still the best teacher.
yeah.
How did I get into Pod? A fellow WordPress blogger from Japan introduced me to Zazzle, and before then, I'd never heard of print on demand. That's before 2015, which is
Mhm.
when I joined Zazzle, and I've been Zazzling for almost 10 years now. So
Wow.
I've got, I think you mentioned, I've got 4 stores on Zazzle, and originally my first one was my nature store, Walks with Nature. Initially, I set up shop there with the intent of selling my nature and wildlife photography online and strictly on canvas. At that point, I didn't really have much of an idea of just how much Zazzle had for product, choice. And I had no idea how to tag or title or write
Mm.
descriptions effectively. It was like, this is great. I'll just put this on there. Sales will come in. I had no idea how long things were actually going to take. It was about 2, 3 months before I had my first sale, and it just happened out of the blue. It wasn't like I was promoting it in any way. I was just very surprised to see it. It was a postcard, and then 2 days later, I sold a watch on a different one, and that
Wow.
kind of started me going on it. Now, my second store, Words of Whimsy, caters to puns, one-liners, and witticisms, as you and quite a few of my fellow uh, Zazzlers will. I'm really into making puns and so forth, and
You
I
are
thought
really good at puns.
I've got to get them out, or I'm. It's not that I'm going to forget them, but best to get them out while they're still fresh in my mind. So that was my second store. My third store, Expressions and Occasions, um, focuses on some of the more important milestones in life, like weddings, anniversaries, graduations, celebrations of life, and retirement. And my last store is called Word to Art, which focuses on whimsical and lighthearted AI-generated designs.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, that's so fun. I love all your stores. I could sit there in your nature store forever and look at all the photos you've taken. They're really incredible. If you guys are watching this out there like nature, you got to check out her store, Walks with Nature. It's so beautiful. But I like all your stores. The puns are super fun. And I like how you focus on things that other people don't. Like there's a million woodland creatures and horses and unicorns and stuff, but you pick out animals that aren't as well known,
yes,
and make some really cute designs with them.
I think that's something that I prefer to focus on is something that is a little bit more oddball, more off the beaten path,
Yeah.
just so that it is different.
Like
That
fun,
hopefully it
quirky.
stands out a bit.
Yeah.
Exactly, fun, quirky, and
Yeah.
that goes for pretty much all my stores too.
Yeah. 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 You have a definite style that's really
Mm-hmm.
fun and happy and joyful and all that. I like it.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you do other stores besides Zazzle, or do you just mostly do Zazzle?
I dabble on Displate, Redbubble, Society 6, and T Public, but nowhere to the degree that I do on Zazzle because let's face it, there's still nothing out there that can compare to the
Right.
customization capabilities and the product that Zazzle offers. I mean, I have been on Zazzle for almost 10 years, and I'm still finding out all these products that I didn't know that they carried. Like, just, I think it was last year or maybe yeah, about last year I found out that Zazzle carries specialty mugs like an oversized one, huge one. I think
Right.
it's like 32 ounces. I'm going, that's got to be new. And then I go and look on the Zazzle marketplace to see maybe there's announcements like, no, people have been creating these for a long time. So things like that. And as you yourself pointed out, enamel mugs. And when
Yeah.
you mentioned enamel mugs, I said, I think Zazzle carried them a few years ago and they discontinued them. And you actually had me really happy because I thought, oh,
I
Zazzle's going to
know.
bring them back. And it's like, no, they're not bringing
I
them
know.
back.
I was so sad. I posted it in the community forum, like, are these really
Yeah.
back? But it had to just be a glitch on Zazzle because they were there for a couple hours and they were gone again. And then I was really glad air fresheners came back. But yeah,
Yes.
and I've seen you've taught me some new things too, like the stadium seats, the cushions. I had no idea that Zazzle had those until I saw them in your store. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fun when you discover new things.
But I think we shouldn't write off like when a product is considered discontinued, especially if it's out of stock for a very long time. Sometimes Zazzle make the decision to bring them back with a different manufacturer, as they did in the case of the air freshener. So I think that's really nice.
Yeah, I agree. And do you offer a lot of personalization in your store?
So as far as personalization goes, I do offer it to varying degrees on many of my stores. I feel that designs that I don't personalize have to resonate or connect on a very deep and meaningful level with a customer to be bought as is. And when I talk about that, I mean designs like my artwork, my photography. Usually, I don't have to offer any personalization options for those at all. But I don't tend to sell those a whole lot, so personalization is quite key.
Yeah, you sell a lot of that in there, and I guess right now is a good time for that with Christmas coming up, and but it's good all year for birthday presents, and it's yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So Hui, you work for SHD, which is Snuggle Hamster Designs. Do you want to explain what that is and what you do there?
Okay, sure. Snuggle Hamster Designs, or SHD as we often abbreviate it to, gives Zazzle designers another place online to showcase their stores and products. And that's not all. With SHD, many of these powerful features like store organization, sales reporting analysis, and promotional features are free. So on Zazzle, there are in the order of 100,000 active Zazzle designers and a marketplace with tens of millions of designs. On SHG, you can get greater visibility right now because there are far fewer stores and products there to compete with. We just broke the 200 store and 200,000 product marks about a week and a half ago. Wow. So it is much easier to get noticed on SHD.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I love SHD's pinning capabilities because you can pin right from that site, and they have like really pretty backgrounds you can make, and you can change the text and background. And Gargi makes those, right?
Yes, she does.
Is she the one that does that?
Okay. Jim handle the creating the backgrounds. I'm looking after the cutouts at the moment, but the stuff that I see for the backdrops it's just amazing.
Do you want to explain the cutouts to people?
Okay, so the cutouts are right now one of the big pain points that Zazzlers are facing is they see their product on Zazzle. Zazzle lets us download these products, but they've got backgrounds there, and having to cut out those backgrounds can take hours, depending on how complex the foreground subject is. Like I've seen some where you see the hair on a model wearing a shirt and it's flyaway hair, and this is a nightmare.
Right. The notebooks, the rings on there are really hard to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we take care of that for you. So this is something that we started doing. I think it was last month. Yeah, July actually. No, sorry, not last month. The month before. So we started doing this near the end of July. So we're taking each of these products and cutting away the background so Zazzlers don't have to do that. And it's a big savings for them. Once that's done, Jim and Gargi are handling the aspect of creating these backgrounds. So now you can take those isolated product images and drop them into backgrounds. So again, this is something that saves Zazzlers so much time.
Yeah.
And really, time is money.
Yeah, because it's really hard to, for those of you who are new to Zazzle wants you to make cover photos and, mock-ups for products and collections and all of that. And so on SHD, you can do all that right there. They have the backgrounds, they have the product cutout, and Yeah, I'll cut that
It's
part out.
it's a it saves them from having to do this themselves, and then if you have to go and look for a background and qualify that, that's another big chunk of your time right
Right.
there. So
Right.
we try to take that part and make it as simple and as quick for our signups to do.
Right.
But I should also mention that these cutouts and background images are for SHD premium users only. A premium membership costs $19 a month. So, sorry, $19 a month US. So
Yeah.
I think it's very reasonable given the feature set that is being offered.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of features on there for sure. So yeah, that's my favorite part of SHD is that you can, do pins right from the website, like with really cool backgrounds, and you can change the text and colors to match your product. It's really cool feature. And I know there's lots of cool features. Most people will probably like the analytics, like the sales reports and all that stuff because I'm not a great numbers person, but I know most people are. And like under my videos and my private messages, that's what most people write to me about saying, can you analyze my store? Well, I don't have that capability at all, but SHD does.
And the fact is, when you upload it, you get your results, you get all the analysis within a few, like less than 30 seconds, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it's there for you to take a look at and then compare. And then, well, it's just there. You have to see it for yourself.
Yeah, it's very helpful for sure. Um, was there anything else you want to say about SHD or your stores?
I think that's pretty much it. You really have to sign up for an account, and then you can just get a feel for what's out there. It might be a bit overwhelming because it is an enormous feature set,
Yeah.
and the tools there are just simply amazing.
But you and Jim and everybody's always there in the Discord to help everybody.
Yes.
So if you guys are interested in SHD, definitely join the Discord. We'll put the link to that below too because everybody's like always so willing to help. And yeah, I'm gonna put up some of your products so people can see them too. So is there anything like you want to tell customers about Zazzle, like any tips or anything you have for like new people?
Okay. For Zazzlers or people designers who are thinking about getting into Zazzle, I think there's a few points I would bring up. You have to love what you do, but you also have to balance that passion with the realization that Zazzle or any print on demand is not a get rich quick scheme.
Right.
It requires regular effort and time to create and promote your designs and research what's trending. All of these are ongoing tasks without any formal closure. You're not going to say at the end of the day, okay, I'm done for the year. I don't have to do any more promoting or
God, no.
researching. It never ends, right?
Right. It is an ongoing thing. It's not as passive as some people might make it seem. You'll see the videos saying make $5,000 a month your first month on Zazzle. It's the long haul for sure. And like you said, you have to love it because it is a lot of work you put into it.
Yes. And having said that, you also have to treat it like a legitimate business. It's not a hobby, because if you don't get into the mindset of it being as a business, then I don't think you'll be able to make those sales. Right. And this is very important right now, especially with the current state of the economy on a local, national, even global scale too.
Yeah.
A few other things I would say: try to do whatever you see on the Zazzle marketplace. Try to do it differently. And you have to think like a customer too, because a customer may not be there just to see, show me a pretty wedding invitation with flowers. Well, there are going to be a few 100,000 or even a few million of those. Right. So I think to really stick out, you have to think a little bit different.
Yeah.
You have to design a little bit different.
Pay attention to what's trending, but make it unique. Don't copy everybody's designs.
Exactly, because you won't stand out that way.
Right. Well, I want to thank you, Hui, for being on the show, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck with your store, and I hope everybody will stop by Hui stores to see all of her lovely products. They're really cute and whimsical, and You guys got to check them all out. I'll list them all down below in the description.
Thank you, Lisa.